She is with the...
You say beast one more time, I will feed you to the wolves!
Gaston!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most shocking changes in Disney live-action remakes.
You stole what was left of my heart, and now I've lost you forever.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most surprising ways new Disney movies deviated from the original animated versions. From differences in visuals to additions to the story, these are changes we didn't see coming. In order to explain a few of our choices, we will be revealing some spoilers. Which of these changes do you think worked the best? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Sad Geppetto, Pinocchio.
Just how it really was when he was here with me.
Disney's live-action adaptation fleshes out Pinocchio's maker Geppetto with a heartbreaking backstory. Apparently, he had a son who died before the magical wooden puppet was created. The emotionally charged edition is handled well by expert actor Tom Hanks. However, it doesn't have much of an effect on the story overall.
What do you think, huh? Oh, really? Well, I think he looks very much like him.
Besides Geppetto's son being the inspiration for Pinocchio's look, his existence ends up feeling a little pointless. Guillermo del Toro's take on the children's tale, which premiered about a month after Disney's more recent version, makes the same change, but with greater success.
The boy you lost? Was he a very good boy, Papa?
Yes, he was.
And you loved him very much?
I did.
Number 9. Shang is absent, Mulan. Shang and Mulan are one of Disney's most classic couples, so it's pretty surprising that he, like Grandmother Fa and Mushu, doesn't appear in the live-action adaptation.
You forgot your helmet. Well, actually, it's your helmet, isn't it? I mean...
Would you like to stay for dinner?
Would you like to stay forever?
One of the film's producers, Jason Reed, explained that his character is essentially split into two, inspiring both Mulan's commander Tung and another soldier named Hongli.
You would believe Hua Jun. Why do you not believe Hua Mulan? She risked everything by revealing her true identity. She's braver than any man here.
In the wake of the #MeToo movement, the filmmakers felt uncomfortable telling a love story between a soldier and a commanding officer, a decision that was met with mixed reactions. That said, Shang is a bit of a queer icon among fans, and his presence is sorely missed.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.
Number 8. Peter is kinda the bad guy. Peter Pan and Wendy. This film does something really unexpected. It casts Peter Pan in the wrong and holds him accountable for his mistakes. The mischievous child is controlling, stubborn, and unwilling to accept help even when he could use it.
All my bad form I learned from you.
Don't flatter yourself. You've always been rotten. A stinking, rotten codfish.
In his single-minded pursuit of eternal childhood, he alienates some people and holds others back. From Wendy to the Lost Boys to Captain Hook, Peter needs to make amends to practically every other character in the movie.
I'm Peter Pan. I don't ever need help.
You have a magical fairy that makes you fly. And a gaggle of children that do your bidding with a princess that cleans up your messes while you're off gallivanting with pirates.
This new perspective allows for unexpected dynamics to play out between Peter and the others, and informs his story arc brilliantly. Although we were surprised by this turn at first, we're happy to say that in the end, Peter redeems himself.
Apologize. For what?
For hurting you. For being a rotten friend.
Number 7. Gaston leaves Maurice to die, Beauty and the Beast. Gaston's descent from pompous jerk to full-blown villain is pretty gradual in the 1991 animated film. He starts out not taking no for an answer, then hatches a plan to get Maurice committed, and lastly resorts to violence when he leads the attack on the Beast's enchanted castle.
I won't let you do this!
If you're not with us, you're against us. Bring the old man.
Get your hands off me!
We can't have them running off to warn the creature.
Things play out pretty differently in the live-action adaptation. His morality takes a nosedive halfway through the film when he hits Maurice and leaves him to die in the forest.
If Maurice won't give me his blessing, then he is in my way. Once the wolves have finished with him, Belle will have no one to take care of her but me.
Him getting physical so fast is shocking and feels a little out of left field. We're not sure how attempting to kill her father would help him in his pursuit of Belle's hand in marriage, but we suppose that's the villain madness for you.
No wonder Belle ran away. You need help, sir. A place to heal your troubled mind. Everything's going to be fine.
Number 6. Dark and muted colors. Various.
Are you listening to me?
Yes,
You won't tell him, I won't tell him, and I will stay in one piece. You got it?
got it. Sorry, what'd you say again?
One thing we love about Disney's animation is the use of bright, bold colors. The vivid hues suit the enchanting style well and always add to the film's fantastical vibes. While we understand the more muted palettes for the realism of live actions, we can't help but feel some of the magic is lost because of it.
Be our guest, be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we'll provide the rest.
To be fair, not all the live-action films are sucked dry of color. That being said, many of our favorite animated scenes are dramatically different in the more recent versions, in part thanks to a dialed-down palette. Maybe it's because Disney intended these films to be for an older audience, but as adults, we're sad to see the new movies appear so lifeless in color. Number 5. Scar's motivation, The Lion King. We never had a problem believing that Scar's hunger for power and his all-consuming jealousy of his brother would be strong enough to make him kill not only Mufasa, but also his young nephew. After all, things are done differently in the animal kingdom.
Run away and never return. Kill him.
The live-action film further fleshes out Scar's motivation, adding a component to his jealousy that we didn't see coming. It turns out Scar has feelings for Mufasa's queen, Sarabi.
As long as you resist, they will reject me. Take your place by my side, and we will feast together.
I will never be your queen.
Some Disney fans might recall a deleted scene from the animated original which would hint at this.
A king alone is a sad situation indeed, but a king without heirs. Now that's a tragedy.
You can't be serious.
I've never been more serious.
Other fans subscribe to the theory that Scar is gay, which is rather complicated by this revelation. Number 4. The Grand Duke and Stepmother's Partnership, Cinderella.
So what do you want?
I should like to be a countess, and I require advantageous marriages for my 2 daughters.
Done.
The 2015 live-action film is significantly different from its animated counterpart, and the change that takes us most off guard is a pretty big one. Cinderella's stepmother, Lady Tremaine, comes up with a plan to not only secure a good future for herself and her daughters, but also to ruin Cinderella's chance of being with the prince.
You told no one else?
Not even my own daughters. No one need ever know the truth.
You've spared the kingdom a great deal of embarrassment.
Shockingly, she involves the Grand Duke in her plan, making him a secondary villain. It further illustrates to what lengths Lady Tremaine would go to in order to come out on top, and involving a palace official is a great way to add even more dramatic tension.
Do with her what you will. She's nothing to me.
Where?
Abandoned on the side of the road.
And have you found her?
The girl? No, she's disappeared.
Number 3. Maleficent's tragic backstory, Maleficent. Disney's 1959 film Sleeping Beauty got a Wicked-esque spin with this 2014 live-action film. Starring Angelina Jolie as the titular character, it tells Maleficent's origin story, which is more heartbreaking than we could have ever imagined.
Maleficent often wandered alone, and sometimes wondered where Stefan might be, for she had never understood the greed and envy of men.
From a star-crossed romance to a brutal amputation, the fairy goes through a lot, experiencing both emotional and physical pain. In this version, it's easy to understand her resentment against Aurora and her family, especially her father, the king. We never expected to find ourselves sympathizing with the villain, yet here we are.
I was so lost in hatred and revenge. Sweet Aurora.
Number 2. Not being musicals. Various. The music from Disney's animated films is top-notch and essentially the soundtrack of our childhoods. That's why whenever a live-action remake skips the musical numbers, we can't help but feel a bit sour. The newer versions of The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, and Mulan lack all the integrated musical numbers their animated originals have.
Keep your mind strong! Don't stop! Is he crying?
To be fair, many of the newer films take a more serious tone and don't lend themselves to being musicals. Plus, audiences are likely to be more partial to the original soundtracks, so if people are going to try to recreate these beloved songs, they need to bring their A game in order to compete.
Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Genie Falls in Love, Aladdin. We never considered that the lovable side character would get a love interest of his own.
That I would love to travel the world with, if she'll have me.
When do we leave? Also, I want children.
Alice is the chosen one, Alice in Wonderland. We absolutely love seeing her as the heroic knight.
There's a place called Wonderland. 6. I can slay the Jabberwocky.
Tramp's backstory, Lady and the Tramp. This stray's past breaks our hearts.
It all changed. I waited in that spot all day.
New story arcs for side characters, Peter Pan and Wendy. The villain gets a tragic origin story, and practically everyone gets a new ending.
And do you know, after all that, I never did find her. I never made it home. I never saw my poor, sweet mama ever again.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Realistic-looking animals. Various.
Not full hibernation, but I nap a lot.
Listen to me, you con artist. He may not know your game, but I do. He's leaving now.
But I don't want to leave.
You don't have a choice!
Add Flounder to the list of lovable animal characters who shocked us with their appearance in a live-action adaptation. When it comes to animated Disney films, we're used to seeing anthropomorphized creatures. Heck, we're even fine with an entire cast composed exclusively of animals. However, the prioritization of realism in newer adaptations strips animal characters of what makes them so endearing in the original films.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.
Yeah, sing it, kid.
It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
They may be anatomically accurate, but they lose pretty much all of their appeal. They don't move or emote the same, which takes away pretty much all of their expressive personalities. And they end up existing somewhere in the uncanny valley, next to Will Smith's appearance as the Blue Genie.
He had 1,000 tails. But master, you're in luck because up your sleeve you got a genie that never fails. Woo!
I'm the best.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.